My Amazon order is in. Let's see what movie it is. Now, are you someone who has guilty pleasures? Do you ever feel stupid or like you shouldn't like something? Because I'm not one of those people. I think everyone should be totally into everything they're into, unapologetically. Thank God it's Sweeney Todd. This is coming from the girl who owns Hairspray, the remake. That's a John Waters original, homie. Okay, Sweeney Todd. I love this movie. I put off buying it forever, and I'm happy to finally own it. Helena Bonham Carter is a huge inspiration to me. I love her. I kind of want to be her a little bit. Not really, but a little bit. I think she is gorgeous. I think that she has more talent in her little pinky finger than the majority of actresses. Let's talk about the Oscars. I've put it off long enough, I have to say my 2 cents. To me personally, the Oscars are the McDonald's French fries of the film industry. You know there's a lot of hype. You only really think about them when they're right in front of you. They leave a bad taste in your mouth. But secretly, everybody wants one. If you were offered one, you would get extremely excited and you would take it. I feel like there's all of this politics involved. I mean, some Oscar-winning movies are phenomenal. I'm not gonna, counter that, and they're totally well-deserved. But look at Drive. In the eyes of the Academy, it's directed by some guy. Had Martin Scorsese directed the same exact film, I guarantee you it would be nominated. That's why I don't put a lot of stock in it, but at the same time I do because the general public does. Everybody pays attention to this, and I feel like there's this big disconnect between filmmaking and the press. The Academy Awards started off representing filmmaking because there was a smaller group back in the day. It was very hard to break into. It still is, but I mean, there was just this core group of legit people, right? Because it was all brand new. Then the press took over and it's become a fashion show popularity contest. To me, not trying to pick on Martin Scorsese, it just so happens that he did this movie because I love his movies. But The Departed, brilliant story, amazingly acted. It won a Best Editing Oscar, okay? Now, if you've seen that movie, there are at least a dozen blatantly obvious editing continuity errors. Had it been edited perfectly, it would have been fantastic. Because if you've seen it, you know what I mean. They did these interesting things. That's the thing, right? Everything in any creative field is completely subjective. Everyone can find a way to validate their viewpoint and back up their opinion, and that's kind of the beauty of it, right? You can watch something and get a completely different thing out of it than somebody else. It's fun. I think it's fun to, and maybe that's a good part of the Oscars, is it brings up these questions and these standards about filmmaking and what makes it good. At the same time, that's what sucks about the Oscars, right? Because there's a clear winner and a clear loser, And in a subjective field, is that really possible? I just feel like there's a huge disconnect between audiences and the Academy. I think everyone can agree on that part. We need to have a bunch of Hollywood people who are on the fringes of it, who are A-listers still, just leave. Start your own thing. I love Leonardo DiCaprio. I had a panic attack watching The Beach, but I don't want to see his face in every freaking movie. And I think the Affleck brothers are freaky creative geniuses, so that's a thing. Do you care a lot about the Oscars? Do you think they're legit? What are your thoughts? Overall thoughtage. Thoughtage? If you go into an idea house, are you in a thoughtage? I don't know what that means.